do a mini book club. This book literally felt like therapy to me. We are listening to her thoughts derail. I don't think I was very thrilled. We're gonna choose a book for each other. These are my TBR cards. Okay, this one. What is it? My book club sunset reading. All I can say is that this woman needs a lot of therapy. What should we pull? Hello, my Sunny Bays. Welcome back. I'm so glad you could make it. It is finally the last week of the month, which you know what that means. We're gonna do all the bookish activities together in this hangout, and I'm so excited because I've been looking forward to this literally this entire month. I'm also going to be announcing later in this video my new book club that I started on Fable. It is free for you to join, and I'm gonna share all of the details on that later. I am actually getting ready for the evening today. It's Thursday after work. We are gonna go to Barnes & Noble. I'm so excited because I have been reading a ton in the month of May. I'm so excited to announce that I found a 5-star book, you guys, in the month of May. I'm so happy with it. I'm still thinking about that book. Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm slightly in a book hangover because of it, but I kept the momentum going by just like immediately getting into another book. I am taking forever getting ready, so let me go ahead and speed this up, and then let's head out to Barnes & Noble. I love coming here with absolutely no purpose or any idea of what book I'm gonna buy. I just came because I felt like it. I love coming to the bookstore. It is like my favorite hobby. I'm kind of feeling like a thriller though, and this looks so fascinating. I'm pretty sure I added this to my Fable list. It's called The Staircase in the Woods by Chuck Wendig. It looks so interesting, and the artwork is stunning. It's very eerie and scary. I feel like I would really like it. I don't know, just based on the cover. Also, I have been hearing nothing but amazing things about The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. I'm actually not sure if, I'm pretty sure this is a series, but this is, I believe, the first book, and I really love that they have sprayed edges. So pretty. I cannot resist a pretty sprayed edge book. This looks like something that I would really enjoy. It feels very like mysterious and definitely fantasy. I might have found something that I might want to pick up because I've heard nothing but amazing things about this book, and it's by David Mitchell called Cloud Atlas. I will say though that these books look a little beat up, and I don't love that. So I might just hold off for now, but that is definitely something on my TBR. Also, I heard so many mixed feelings about Silver Elite. Instagram has a lot of different opinions about it. Some people are like, it's super entertaining, but other people say that it was like a complete waste of time, and I don't love that. So I'm gonna skip it. To make this Barnes & Noble visit a little bit more fun, Charlie and I decided to do this activity where we're gonna choose a book for each other that we think each other would like. We're gonna buy it, and then we're gonna read it, and then see how we did. So I picked, I'm just making sure he's not over here. I picked The Martian for him by Andy Weir because I've heard nothing but amazing things about this, and I heard that it's a little funny. So I think the guy would like that. It's sci-fi, and I think he would appreciate the genre too, so I picked that one. I hope he likes it, and it's kind of a quicker read than a lot of the other books that I was thinking about. I was in between that one and then, what is it? Project Hail Mary, but that one's a little bit chunkier, so I'm gonna go easy on him and choose the smaller book out of the two by the same author. Let's give the guy a minute to choose his book for me, and then we'll get on camera and show you our reactions to the book. I think he might be pleasantly surprised by my pick. Do you want me to like leave the scene or something? Do you need me to go away? Okay. All right, we're all staring at the other side. Just wait there, okay? I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab my book. Close your eyes. Are your eyes closed? Okay. Are we gonna reveal it at the same time?
Sure.
Okay. Ready?
Okay.
3,
2,
1.
Oh.
Do you want to show them? what it is. Okay.
Called The Green Mile by Stephen King.
Okay. Oh, well, I just literally told the guy that I want to read something by Stephen King, so mission accomplished.
Yeah. Goodreads seem to really like it, so
Okay, what was
I
the
like
rating?
it. I'm not going to tell you because that's going to ruin things.
Okay.
You better not look.
Okay, it's fine.
Just
So, no, that's
go
pretty
into it
good
with an open mind.
because at least I wanted to read something by the author, so that's a win. Bonus points for that. So, okay, cool. That'll be my first Stephen King book ever.
Cool.
So, I got you The Martian by Andy Weir.
Oh, nice.
I heard that it's really good and
Oh.
it has good reviews and it's space. It's in space. It's about this guy who's stuck there and he's like basically trying to get back to Earth.
Yeah.
But I heard it's really humorous. I heard it's funny. So I think you would
Cool.
like it.
I think I watched the.
Oh, the movie.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that this was
So
a
this will
movie.
be so this will be interesting. That'll be fun.
So that's my pick for you.
Cool.
And I was actually between this one and I was telling them. And what's the other book? Project Hail Mary, because I heard that one is also really good by this guy, but this one was a little shorter. So I was like, let's just pick this one.
Okay.
All right.
Like that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Boop. It is finally time. Let's go ahead and do a mini book haul since I came back from Barnes & Noble and I got 2 exciting packages from my book subscriptions. I got a package from Owlcrate for my sci-fi quarterly book subscription, and then I got a book from Illumicrate, which I have their fantasy monthly subscription. Let's get right into it. And the first 2 books you already seen before because I hauled it from our Barnes & Noble trip. Charlie picked up The Green Mile by Stephen King for me to read. I am very much looking forward to experiencing Stephen King's writing because I've heard nothing but great things, and I feel like all of his books on Goodreads get phenomenal reviews. That is going to go on my physical TBR. Well, all of these are. And then the book that I picked out for Charlie is called The Martian by Andy Weir, and I've actually been wanting to read this too, so it kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone. It's for myself as well, but also, of course, for Charlie. I would really like for us to both read this and talk about what we liked about it. Honestly, I might end up reading this before Charlie because he's reading the Poppy War series right now. He's on book 2 and he's been really enjoying that, so who knows who's gonna get to The Martian first, but we'll find out. This is my Owlcrate book subscription. It comes in this gorgeous, beautiful, bright green subscription box. This is actually my first time receiving their sci-fi book. It's a quarterly subscription, and I am over the moon that I got off of their wait list and finally can get some sci-fi books in my collection. I am very, very excited for this. It looks amazing, so creepy. It's called Overgrowth by Mira Grant, and just look how beautiful this cover is. I already ripped it out of the box because I had to see what it was. The artwork is beautiful on the front and the back as well. It just looks so stunning, and the sprayed edges, of course, you can't miss on the sides of the book. This is what the inside briefly looks like, and the naked hardbacks and the reverse dust jacket also has artwork in it. Oh, beautiful. Owlcrate honestly does so well with their subscription boxes. I'm very, very impressed. I've gotten one other subscription box from them previously and I was blown away by that one. I've also bought some other just special edition books off the shelf from Owlcrate and they are amazing too. Right now Owlcrate is definitely killing the game. It is my favorite book subscription, although I haven't tried that many out so far. They definitely surpass Illumicrate as of right now because I am not as impressed with their book that they sent me. I've never heard of this book before. I mean, I haven't heard of Overgrowth either, but I'm just like more excited for that anyway. Also, I'm just like not a huge fan of these book subscriptions sending you the first book in a series. Like, what if I don't end up liking the series? Like, I don't know. But then if I do end up liking it, then I have to get the special editions for all the subsequent books too. It's kind of tricky. Anyway, I got A Song of Legends Lost by M.H. I don't know how to say the last name. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to read it. But I mean, the cover is gorgeous and the sprayed edges look amazing. I am just not the biggest fan of the feel of the book, if that makes any sense. It's kind of weird, but the pages just feel stiffer And it's not as floppy as my Owlcrate books. It's just very thick. I mean, some people might like that because then the pages feel more substantial, but I don't enjoy that. I actually like the size of Owlcrate books better too. It's just slightly shorter and just smaller in general. I prefer this. See, for the pages here, they're just a lot more flexible on the Owlcrate books. It's just a very personal preference thing. Also, I read the synopsis for this. It sounds interesting and fascinating, but I don't know. I'm not gravitating towards this so much. Those are basically all the books that I have to add to the physical TBR. For now, I'm just gonna put them to the side, and then let's go ahead and start picking out our prompts for the June TBR. These are my TBR cards right here. I got them from Etsy, and I've been using these to pick out my monthly reads. On average, I read about 3 to 5 books per month, so I choose 3 prompt cards from the TBR cards, which will help me pick out 3 books that I will prioritize reading for the next month. Once we pick out the 3 books for June, I'm actually going to go over the details of my book club that I started on Fable, because the process of picking out my June reads will impact how I run my Fable book club. Before I get into that though, let's go ahead and pick out the books for June. I'm just going to give them a shuffle. Oops, I'm so bad at shuffling cards. Please don't judge me. I feel like they're already pretty shuffled, but anyway. Okay, so here we are. I'm just going to pick out a random card and we will see what prompt it has. You will see the prompt before me. Okay, this one. What does it say? Tell me. Read a book that's been recommended to you. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, Charlie picked out The Green Mile for me. So that is a recommendation that he made during our Barnes & Noble trip. So I will definitely put this as a option for this prompt. I feel like most of the books that I have were recommended to me. Let me look at my physical TBR and see if there's anything that screams out at me. I know The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue has been highly recommended to me by multiple people actually. My friend Ashton also recommended me the Heartless Hunter series, like the duology. She really enjoyed it and recommended it to me a couple months ago. So that is also an option. I would say, yeah, those 3 are good options for right now. So Stephen King's The Green Mile, Heartless Hunter by Kristen Cicerelli, and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Those 3 are all such good options. Oh, this is hard. Okay, immediately I am kind of itching to read Heartless Hunter because I've been craving a fantasy book. The last fantasy series that I completed was the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. So I haven't picked up another like big fantasy series since then, and I'm just itching to get back into it. I think I'm gonna go with this one because that means that I can finish a physical book off of my physical TBR, but also I've really been dying to read this series anyway. Okay, so we're gonna start the series, the Crimson Moth series. Okay, sorry guys, I am back. I just had dinner and I came back with a fun bevy. This is Trader Joe's Lemon Elderflower Soda. I love these so much. They're just exactly what you need when you need a little bit of sparkling something. Satisfies my soda cravings. So good, so crispy. Alrighty, so let's pick out our second prompt. I think the next prompt that we get, I'm gonna try to pick a Kindle book because I love reading on my Kindle. All right, I'm gonna choose this one. What does it say? Read a book from your favorite author. Okay, that's a fun one. I don't really have like a favorite author so far. I mean, I have authors that I really enjoy, so I'll probably just go with that. I'm gonna actually pull up my Fable folder in my library. I have a folder called Kindle TBR. So they are all the books that I own on my Kindle. One of my favorite books, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, is by Gabrielle Zevin. So I'm like thinking maybe I should pick up another book by her. I'm pretty sure I have one on my Kindle TBR. Oh, I guess I don't. Weird. I thought I had another book by her, but anyway, okay. I read one book by Frederick Bachman and I really liked his writing style, but he's not like classified as like my favorite author, at least not yet. I'm sure he will get to that point once I read Beartown. Like everyone loves that book. Ooh, okay. I also really love, oh my gosh. Okay, so now I'm getting to all the good authors that I can recognize. So Taylor Jenkins Reid, Carrie Soto is Back. I have that book on my Kindle, so that is a really good contender. I also have Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I've read a lot of books, not that many, but I've read a few of Abby Jimenez's books and I love her so much. So that is also an option. Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. That would actually be perfect for this time of the year because we're approaching summer. I also have a beach trip coming up soon with some of my friends. So this book would be perfect for that scenery. Whew, okay, that's a really, really good one. Okay, let me just double check one more time if there's anything else that I want to consider. No, okay. I am actually, out of all the books that I just mentioned, I'm gonna go with Just for the Summer because I think that'll be a really, really good romance that is thought-provoking and emotional because I love those types of books and Abby Jimenez does that so well. I'm very excited for this. So it's going to be Just for the Summer. All right, last prompt card. Let's go for it. I want to do something at the very front here. Okay, I'm kind of scared. What does it say? Read a book with an illustrated cover. I feel like I have a lot of options for that. I wonder if I want to pick a physical book or if I want another Kindle book. Let me just look right here. What's illustrated that's calling to me? I mean, I don't want to do another series because I just don't like being in the middle of too many series. This is illustrated. Gifted and Talented by Olivia Blake. I got this from my Owl Crate box last month. This was their fantasy book pick, and oh, this book is just absolutely gorgeous. I have been wanting to read this book so badly, so maybe this is a really good option. I wonder if Rebel Witch, which is the second book in the Crimson Moth series, is this illustrated? Yeah, that's illustrated. But I feel like that's kind of cheating if I pick the book in the same series, so I would just leave that be. I'm gonna look through my Kindle again and see if there's an illustrated cover that I like. There are so many options, you guys. I feel like 80% of these books are illustrated, so I have a lot of options. Pineapple Street is illustrated. That looks like a quirky little read. I think it's supposed to be funny too. It looks like a literary fiction. That's on my Kindle TBR, so I could go for that one too. I've also been wanting to read Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney because I've heard a lot of people talk about that, and she has so many books out. I would love to experience her writing style. I haven't read anything by her yet. I think honestly I'm leaning between Gifted and Talented and Conversations with Friends, but I don't know. I kind of want to read both. I know Gifted and Talented is also kind of a fantasy, and Just for the Summer is romance. Heartless Hunter is obviously fantasy, romantasy, YA. Conversations with Friends might make a little bit more sense because it is lit fic, and I don't have any lit fic on my TBR yet. You know what? I'm going to pick Gifted and Talented by Olivia Blake because I also really need to read a book by Olivia Blake. I want to experience her books. And since this one is longer, I feel like it'll motivate me to read this if it was prioritized by my TBR for June. Conversations with Friends is a little bit shorter, so I feel like I can pick that up at any time that I want kind of like a shorter book. Let's go with this one for the prompt, read a book with an illustrated cover, because yeah, I think this fits the prompt really well and I've been wanting to read it anyway. Wow, I am very surprised that I actually picked out 2 physical books for my June TBR. That's very interesting. Alrighty, those are the 3 books that we have for the June TBR. For the prompt, read a book that's been recommended to you. It's going to be Heartless Hunter by Kristen Cicerelli. For the prompt, read a book from your favorite author. It's going to be Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Last but not least, for the prompt, read a book with an illustrated cover. It's going to be The Gifted and Talented by Olivia Blake. This is a very exciting June TBR, I gotta say. I'm super excited for every single one of these books. So here's the deal. I'm going to now talk about my book club, Sunset Reading. I started a free book club on Fable. Anyone can join. It is open to the public. I will leave the link in the description and in the pinned comment so it's easy access for you. But basically, I started this book club because I absolutely love the Fable app. It is so engaging, very interactive. The visuals are chef's kiss. I feel like I use that app literally every single day. I log my reading on the app app every single day. It motivates me to continue reading, keep up a reading streak, and I just decided that I really want to create a reading community for my YouTube friends here and anyone who wants to join and read along with me. I love Fable book clubs because it is super flexible. Your engagement level is totally up to you. You can participate when you want. You don't have to participate when you don't want. If there's a book that interests you, you can go ahead and join us in the reading journey. There are discussion rooms that you can join in on and converse with other members of the book club, share your thoughts, feelings, ratings with each other on the book. It is a really fun, jolly, good time. This is how I am going to run my book club. So basically, you see how we just chose 3 prompts and picked out the 3 books for June. I am going to post all 3 of these books as a poll on my book club. Once you sign up for Fable and then join the book club, you will see that the poll is live and you can vote for the book that you want us as a group, like as the book club, to read. The book with the most votes will be the one that we use for the book club and for those discussion forums. I will obviously still try my best to read all 3 of the books that we picked out today, but the one book that gets the majority vote, I will for sure read and discuss with you guys in the book club. I think the poll will be open for the next couple of days, so definitely go ahead and put your vote in there. I am so excited for this book club, you guys. I was a little bit scared of starting it because I wasn't sure if anyone was going to join, but I think right now we have about 22 members, which is so exciting. A lot of them are my friends, you guys. So they're not like all friends from like, you know, YouTube community here, but I would love for it to grow so that we just have a lot of interesting conversations together. I just wanted a more intimate space where we could share our passion for books and our love for books over there. I would literally love for you to join, so please go to the link below and yeah, join in on our reading journey. It is officially the last day of the month, May 31st, and I am trying to hurry up and finish this book today. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to, no, I'm not putting that out in the air. I need to finish this book today because that would really derail me for some reason if I don't finish it by the end of this month. I desperately want this to be included in the books that I read in May, so I'm going to finish it. A bit of a reading update though. So I'm reading the novel called My Husband by Maud Ventura. Interesting book, very intriguing to say the least. I really have no words to describe how this book is making me feel. Uncomfy, for sure. All I can say is that this woman needs a lot of therapy. And I think that I'm going to write that as the review on my Fable once I finish this book, because that is the profounding thought that comes to my head. To be honest, I didn't really know what to expect with this book because I didn't hear a ton about it. If I do end up being able to finish this book before I do the reading wrap up for May, I will tell you guys my comprehensive thoughts. But as of right now, I have no idea. Do you want to join on my lap, or do you want to come over here? You want to say hi to the folks? To your biggest fans? Come here. Yeah, good job. Okay. What a sweet boy. I think he's gonna chill with us right here. Yeah, you're the cutest dog. Well, he's gonna be distracting you guys from the background. That's fine. It's finally time. Let's go ahead and talk about all the books that I read in May. I am so excited to go down this list for you because I read some really good books this month. I'm going to pull up my Fable because I have a memory of a goldfish, so I cannot list them in order of what I read. Let's go ahead and start off with some stats. So I finished 6 books this month, which is a really good number for me. I typically average around 3 to 5 books per month, so 6. I blew it out of the ballpark, out of the park. 3 out of those 6 books were all picks from my May TBR, so I'm so happy and proud to say that I accomplished all of the books that we chose for May. 2 out of those 6 books were physical books, 4 of them were Kindle reads. I'm gonna go in chronological order from earliest to latest, the books that I finished this month. And the first one I started off May with is The Ministry of Time. For each of these books, I will try my best to give you a very short simple summary of what the plot was about. I'm really not good with giving synopsis of books, but I'll try my best. So for The Ministry of Time, this one is about time travel. The female character in this story was hired by this organization called the Ministry of Time, which is part of a government organization. Because the government was able to figure out time travel, they are able to bring back people from the past. The main character was hired to be a bridge to these expats. Basically, she is hired to follow him around, make sure that he's getting accustomed to the modern days and the culture now, get integrated into society in the most smoothest, seamless way possible. Obviously, there is romance. There's a little bit of a thriller, suspense aspect of it because it deals with time travel and people trying to, do certain missions. I thought the concept of this book was so genius and I thought it was so fascinating. I couldn't put this book down. I think I finished this book in maybe like 3 days or so, and it was really fast paced in my opinion. I know some people thought this plot was so slow, but for me, it kept me engaged the whole time. The writing style was a little bit more complicated and unfamiliar to me. Personally, for me, I thought the writing style and the narration was a little bit hard to follow. It didn't come innate to me. Like when I was reading the book, I had to actually actively think about what I was reading, if that makes sense. It didn't flow the way that a conversation would in some of the other books that I really like. That said, I thought the characters were really interesting. I thought the way that the author portrayed Graham, the main male character, was really, really nicely done. The writing was eloquent and very fascinating. The storyline was also fascinating. I got to the end and I was like, oh, that was a really good ending. So I do highly recommend it if you are into sci-fi, time travel. I gave this 3.75 stars and it was definitely above average for me. I did thoroughly enjoy it. The only part that I was kind of meh about was honestly the romance. It kind of came out of nowhere and it was definitely not, I don't know, conventional or typical. Obviously nothing in this book is typical or conventional, but it was just kind of abrupt. Aside from that, I thought the story was fascinating. I would recommend it. FYI, The Ministry of Time was chosen for one of my May TBR books. The next book is The Song of Achilles, and this was also a May TBR book. I read this on my Kindle. This book was so tragic and sad, but I enjoyed it so dearly. It was such a beautifully written story. I enjoyed every second of it. If you don't know anything about this book, basically it is a retelling of a Greek mythology of Iliad, the Trojan War, stuff like that. Obviously, one of the main characters is Achilles, but we are mainly following the perspective of Patroclus. I hope I'm saying that name right. This is such a romantic book between the two characters. We follow their friendship and romance blossom and develop over time. And oh my gosh, it was so devastating and heartbreaking, but also at the same time, just so warm. And I don't know, I thought the love that they had was portrayed in such a beautiful way. The character development and the change in the tone of their relationship also was really surprising and fascinating. I keep using the word fascinating today in this video. To be honest, I didn't like any of the characters that were featured in this book except for the centaur Ambriesis. But regardless, I still felt so attached to these characters. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. The ending absolutely crushed me. I still think about it. The author did such an amazing job of describing very complex emotions and making you feel every single inkling of emotion. I also really appreciated the fact that the writing style was complex and lyrical, poetic, but it was still very easy to follow. I understood everything that the author was trying to convey. The yearning and the tension was so palpable. It was unreal. I gave it a rating of 4.5 stars. The only reason why I docked 0.5, because this would have been a 5-star book for me, is that the middle 40% of the book was kind of slow. It was slow burn for sure. And it was necessary for us to see kind of the shift in the direction of where the story was going, but it took a lot of effort to get through it, which is the reason why I docked those points. But 4.5 star nonetheless, it was amazing. Then I read Ask for Andrea, and this was a surprising one because I didn't think that I was going to read this year. This was one of those books that I purchased on a whim, that was because it was like super cheap during, or did I get it for free? I got it for free during Stuff Your Kindle Day by Amazon. So I didn't pay a cent for this book. So it kind of sat on the background of my Kindle library, sitting there collecting dust. And then one of my May TBR prompts made me pick this book. I'm glad that I read it because, like I said, it was never going to see the light of day. And I'm glad that I am finally able to check this off of my list. Ask for Andrea is a thriller / suspense. I wouldn't even call it a thriller because I don't think I was very thrilled. I think I would have to classify this as suspense, but I don't know. I have my thoughts on it. Basically, we're following 3 female characters who are all ghosts, and we get different perspectives. We get all of their POVs in the book. They became ghosts because they were unalived by the same exact serial killer. Basically, their mission is to stop this guy from unaliving other women and kind of exact revenge on him, sorta, kinda. But more importantly, they're just like trying to stop him from doing what he does best, I guess. They follow him around and trying to sabotage his plans. Eventually, these ghosts all meet each other and then they try to collaborate together to put an end to this unaliving spree. To be honest with you, I thought this book was very forgettable because I am struggling right now to recall what the ending was. How did this end? Oh, I remember now. Okay. So the one thing that I did really enjoy about this book were the relationship that this other character had with her children. I thought that was so sweet and well written. I always give kudos to authors who can make children likable in books. I did really enjoy it. I thought it was super fast paced and a really good palate cleanser, but nothing really more than that. It was a bit predictable. The ending I expected more from. The rating I gave it was 3.25 stars. So above average. I mean, I still liked it and I would recommend it if you're looking for a fast-paced suspense kind of book. But yeah, this is something that I think wouldn't be super memorable, for me at least. The next book I am so over the moon about because this was my favorite book so far in 2025. This is 5 stars, 6 stars. It's a new release and it's a physical book that I picked as one of the books for my May TBRs, and it's The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. I am full on the bandwagon when it comes to Jessa Hastings writing now. I love the way that she narrates and tells a story. She is so good at writing dialogues and banter between characters. Every single character in this book felt so real and it evoked so many emotions out of me. It changed the brain chemistry in my head. This is also the first book that I have ever annotated. I've never annotated a book before in my life, aside from the ones that I had to do for school. So it's a big deal to me. This book is about a girl named Georgia, and she has to go back to meet with her toxic, unhealthy, insufferable, damaged family. And she has 2 brothers and 1 sister. She's the youngest out of the family. She has a horrible relationship with most of the family members. She is close to her brother, but her brother also has a lot of issues that he's trying to figure out and get through as well. I honestly don't think that I could do this book justice by describing it because there's just so many different nuances that I would want to tell you, but you just gotta find out for yourself. She basically has to reunite with her family against her will because something tragic happens in her family. That event causes everyone to meet at their childhood home, which brings up a lot of bad memories, to say the least. She's just trying to get through those things all while meeting this certain someone who basically like changes her life. And yeah, it's such a beautiful story. I felt so understood and heard by this book. It also helped me realize certain things about my own childhood traumas. There were so many things that I could relate to. Maybe not exactly, but there were so many parallels. This book literally felt like therapy to me. I felt so seen. And the ending was just as wonderful. It was just A+++++. Please read it. Oh my gosh, so good. Obviously, 5 stars, 6 stars. All right, we got 2 more books to go. The next one is Nora Goes Off Script, and this one was just a random mood read for me. I've also had this on my Kindle TBR for the longest time. I purchased this on like an Amazon sale. I was pleasantly surprised by this book because I really didn't expect too much from it, especially coming off the high that I was from reading The Conditions of Will. I really thought that I was going to be pretty harsh on this book, not intentionally, but just like I know that I was on kind of a book hangover after The Conditions of Will. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. It went by so fast for me. It was very quick paced and witty. I do really enjoy the way that I can never say her name quickly. Annabelle Monaghan? Yes, Monaghan. I enjoy her writing so much. It's super easy to understand. Nora Goes Off Script is about Nora, who is a screenwriter. She usually writes romances, like fluffy, happy ending romances for like Christmas movies. But she wrote recently a script that is based off of her divorce. She has literally no emotional attachment to her divorce. She was actually pretty happy that it happened. This is not a spoiler, by the way. This literally happens in like the first few chapters, and I think it might be on the back of the book as well. Because her writing is becoming a movie, she meets this famous, like super hot actor, and he's in so many movies, everyone knows him, and they unexpectedly spark a romance together. But then something later down the road happens, and this romance is not what it seems, and it kind of like falls apart. I was dying to know how this conflict happened. I desperately wanted to get to the end so that I can know exactly what happened in the backstory. The ending was very satisfying. I was very happy with it, and I did really enjoy the main character. I thought she was so funny. The MMC was okay. Like, I didn't love him, but I didn't also hate him. I didn't have a lot of attachment towards him, but the FMC is where the story really blossomed. I thought it was a really sweet story. So yeah, highly recommend this one. I gave it 4.25 stars, I believe. Yeah. Last but not least, this book is very strange. It is My Husband by Maud Ventura. I literally just finished it this morning. Super short book. It's like 250 pages, bite-sized, you know? So I was able to finish it within like 3 to 4 days. I feel like I definitely could have finished it earlier, but I had a lot of social things going on during those 4 days. To be honest with you, I still don't know exactly how I feel about this book, but basically what this book is about is we are following the inner monologue of this female character. She is a wife to a husband, and she is obsessively in love with him. We are listening to her thoughts derail. She's psychoanalyzing everything. She looks into everything that he does, says, with a very focused and Delulu perspective. I can't even say that she's Delulu. Like, I mean, I don't know how to describe her. She needs help, I think. I don't think I know. I know that she needs help. The whole book, we are just following her train of thoughts about what she thinks about this action that he did, how that relates to his love for her or his lack of love and passion for her. It's just fascinating and very interesting. Strange and odd, but interesting and entertaining. I'm gonna read you my review because it sums up my feelings so well. I said, it was fascinating and strange. I felt like I was reading a diary of a woman spiraling and then having a mentee be, like watching a train wreck happen before your eyes and not being able to look away. The story made me feel uncomfy, but it was also kind of entertaining. I'm unsure. I gave it 2.75. 2.5 is middle, so that's like smack in the middle, and I gave it 0.25 more because I did find this story very entertaining. But I will say for 70% of the book, I had no idea where this was going. I didn't even know the main big conflict until maybe like 80%. I think the conflict, honestly, in this book is her. She is the conflict. And this romance and this marriage is the conflict. But anyway, I digress. I might have to sit on this one for a little bit because it is very thought-provoking, and just the whole time I was just like, what? What is happening? Like, why is she thinking this way? But then some other points I'm like, oh yeah, like I don't like that he did that either. But like yeah, very confusing. Those are all 6 of the books that I read this month. Yeah, there were major hits and major weirdness this month. I cannot wait to get started reading on my June TBR books because I feel like we have some really amazing picks. Hopefully June will be just as good as May. Fingers crossed. Alrighty guys, that is everything. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments what your favorite book of May was. I would love to know so that I can add more books to my TBR. Not that I need more, but I'm always adding books in there, you know? So tell me your favorite 5-star book if you found one in May. Like this video if you haven't already, and subscribe if you want more cozy content on self-productivity and balanced living, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.